So happy to be here. Let's start with a song that mentions Houston. Let's start there. It's called 3,000 Miles. I want y'all to sing if you know it. All right? Now down in Houston, on comes a woman with 2 kids and a bottle of booze. She cracked them both like matchheads whenever they ventured too close to her fuse. And I saw with a girl from Boston playing cards for cigarettes. And I lost her name with the poker game, but her face I'll never forget. You never forget the view out these windows. Believe me, I have been here 14 days. 3,000 miles. 3,000 miles. Oh, that felt great. Told myself that I shouldn't fly to Houston. I live in Virginia. So I drove 18 hours to be here. Really, I'm going to drive 18 hours back. I have a show in Austin tomorrow. And it's worth it. by the way. It's worth it. Really. Even the drive was worth it. I was just as interested in the drive as I was in performing, because I haven't pulled on to a highway like that in 2 years. And that's where I do my thing. The highway is where I listen to podcasts and listen to music and listen to songs. And I write in the car. I don't play guitar in the car. I'll stop and then play something into my phone and then listen to it through the stereo in the car and write like that. This song's called Maria's Beautiful Mess. Hold on a minute. It's not, just change the strings. She fell to the mattress with the grace of an actress. You're falling like a thief from a room. She's asking for proof. Are you staying outside? You hear mission bell. Welcome to Maria's beautiful mess in a cluttered apartment on the west side. She pulls the blinds wide. You watch as her dress falls round. The world slows the clock, shows a wrinkle in the floor of time. She steps close, eyes closed, open like the bottle of wine. Love like it's thirst, like she's never done. Dancing just like nobody's watching. Yes, this love is this love. First time falling, nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. She puts on some music. She asked you to choose it. He sang her back a Gershwin line. And now Ella is singing holy, soulfully bringing a better time. And beneath the tune, so she smiled on an unnamed bed. Says, what's in the middle that scares you? Does it dare you to take a moment and just slow down? The world slows the clock, shows a wrinkle in the flow of time. She steps close, eyes closed. a bottle of wine and she'll out like it's thirst, like she's never been hurt, dancing just like nobody's watching. Is this love? Is this trust? Feels like the first time falling. Nobody's watching. Pull the curtains all down. The stars that fall around you. She's smiling like the Mona Lisa. You could conquer this town if your feet touch the ground, but you're falling, boy. Oh, I see it. Oh, I see you. Oh, I see you. Oh, I see, I say you. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Thank you. So this is 9/11, and on the drive I was revisiting those hard stories. In August of 2001, I did a show at the base of the World Trade Center just about 2-3 weeks before the event happened. The big radio station in New York City had a concert series there. And I was just so amazed at how beautiful they were and how awe-inspiring it was to look up at them. I recorded this song. It's by Mark Orelli, great songwriter from the New England area, because it summed up how I felt about it. I think it sums up how we all felt about it. It's called The Only Way. I read the papers, I watch the news. Seems there's only pain and suffering, ain't much that I can do. It's so senseless, and I feel defenseless, so small. I can lock my windows, bolt my doors, but if I don't feel safe enough to speak my mind anymore, then what's the use? There's nothing left to lose, no further to fall. So I'm gonna love, I'm gonna believe, gonna dream, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, give everything until there's nothing left to give. That's the only way I know how to live. It was a nightmare, no tongue could tell how the streets of New York City look just like the gates of hell. In a flash, the smoke and ash came pouring down like rain. They circled wagons, they gathered around, and they bravely pulled their brothers and their sisters from the ground. And I know that I owe them more than to be afraid. So I'm gonna love, I'm gonna believe, gonna dream, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, give everything until there's nothing left to give. That's the only way I know how to live. I will not tell you what to believe. I'm too young to be so cynical, too old to be naive. But if every action breeds a reaction, let this be mine. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna believe, I'm gonna dream, I'm gonna roll up my sleeve, give everything until there's nothing left to give. That's the only way I know how to live. I'm gonna love, I'm gonna believe, I'm gonna dream, gonna roll up my sleeves, give everything until there's nothing left to give. That's the only way I know how to live. This is really the first time I feel like I've been on the road doing what I used to do 2 years ago. And I'm realizing how many songs of mine are actually about the road. Literally almost all of them have something to do with travel. This is a love song. It's called Rose Tattoo. It's about a tattoo. Not a literal tattoo. It's about the idea of a tattoo, and I got to clarify that. Because what happens at the end of the night is people share their tattoos with me, and I want that to stop. I have a tattoo on my right shoulder. It's the head and shoulders, the bust of Woody Guthrie. And I would show it to you, but it looks more like Gene Simmons now. That's why I don't want to see your tattoos. This is just a metaphor for love, not a call to action of any kind. I got laid off, it's Monday. I'm calling to tell you, it don't sit with me well. I feel like I failed you. You say we got each other, and that's plenty enough. And I know that's true. But we got one kid coming, one still in diapers. It's a rainy drive home. With one good old wiper, leave the porch light on. I need a beacon just to pull me to you. Now, if I ever lost you, I would be lost too. Just drifting in a sea of blue. You're in my skin like a rose. Like a rose tattoo. Now the economy's crashing. This poor boy is laughing 'cause there's nothing to lose. We don't live in no mansion, there's no bling to put on. Only Walmart fashion will do. Inside the house, the baby's screaming, the pasta's steaming, and I look through the windows. It feels like I'm dreaming. You pull the door open, say, Daddy, when you're coming home. If I ever lost you, I would be lost too, just drifting in a sea of blue. You're in my skin like a rose, like a rose tattoo. You say we'll fight for the best case scenario, and then you put that Morrison on the stereo. Well, sure, there's trouble in the boardrooms, trouble in the factories, trouble in the alleys out back. But we've got love in these patterns. Love is what matters, and baby, I got your back. Got your back. I've got your back. Hey, I've got your back. If I ever lost you, I'd be lost too, just drifting in a sea of blue. You're in my skin like a rose, like a rose tattoo, like a rose tattoo. There's a bar in Homer, Alaska called Ellis's Champagne Palace. This is a song about that place. I'd like to live in Homer sometime. Now that we're all living off the internet, we can live anywhere, right? Ellis's Champagne Palace. I just want to say hi to everybody online watching. Hi, everybody online watching. Thanks for the tips. You take a rickety plane from Seattle up into Anchorage. Step on the platform, staring at the midnight sun. Jump in my pickup, brother, we'll drive. We'll bring your troubles down Highway 9. I got a pull-out couch and a job lined up at the Canaries. You hitch a ride to Homer, Alaska, and brother, the drinks will be on me. Raise a glass, left to Charlie's. Welcome to Ellis's Champagne Palace, finest bar on the strip in Homer, Alaska. Alaska, from New York, Dallas. Alaska, if you're running away to Alaska. And the mountains rise from ocean to sky in Homer, Alaska. And they'll still your breath and your troubles in the blink of an eye. You'll hear a band with a steel guitar. There's a window seat right at the bar. And the whales, they're preaching while Alice, she's preaching like a rolling stone. She'll push a mason jar across the bar and say, Mr. Welcome home. Raise a glass, lift a chalice. Welcome to Alice, the Champagne Palace, the finest bar on the strip in Homer, Alaska. Alaska, if you're from New York, Dallas, you'll find a home at the Champagne Palace. Alice will pour you a cold. Go ahead, ask her if you're running away to Alaska. You've never been to a prettier place than Homer, Alaska. You have never met a kinder face than the one behind the bar. Homer's a town full of misfit toys, renegade women and runaway boys. Everybody's got some story here in Homer town. I guess sometimes you gotta go to the end of the earth just to turn yourself around. Raise a glass, lift a chalice. Welcome to Alice, the Champagne Palace, the finest bar on the strip in Homer, Alaska. Alaska, if you're from New York, Dallas, you'll find a home at the Champagne Palace. Alice will pour you a cold one. Go ahead, ask her if you're running away. Brother, you just might stay. If you're running away to Alaska. 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 You could. You know, that would be, it's not one for solitary confinement for the days that it would take to get up there, but I appreciated being, it was hard coming here, I gotta tell you. We were getting down to the 2 weeks before the show, and it was time for me to get on social media and talk up these shows I was doing in Texas, and the timing was bad. And I started to get all kinds of shit from both sides of the aisle about boycotting the shows and the politics in Texas. And I told everybody that, you know, listen, I have a relationship with these venues, and there's certainly, I don't agree with the politics at times here. I have so many friends and people who are fans of mine, but I just want to read you some of these notes that I got. Here's a classic one. As I've said many times, you're a brilliant musician, one of my favorite songwriters of all time, but your political positions, platform statements are so weak and frivolous that it's pathetic. Keep a picking that banjo, Boston. So there's that one. Here's another one. You risk losing fans using your newsletter to proselytize your political biases. Shut up and sing. There's another one. Here's another one. Excuse the profanity, but fuck Texas. And I don't care about your help for those venues that you love, at which you assist on performing. Grow a pair. And then here's another one. I don't want another political heavy show, Ellis. Not in this time and age. If you can't do it, I'm not going to come. So that's how polarizing the issue. I got it from both sides, which is interesting to me. There's no way to win. I've been playing this place for 25 years. Yeah, a long time. I cut my teeth at the Kerrville Folk Festival. I was a New Folk winner back in 1994, and I come to Texas every year there's no pandemic. And I will, because I know there are pockets of people in Texas that think the way I do, but I want to play for everybody. I know this one issue is so polarizing because it's tied to religious beliefs and philosophies, and but I am pro-choice. And then I had friends that wanted to do a fundraiser around my shows here and I'm like, no, I'm gonna donate to Planned Parenthood after the weekend, but I'm not gonna ask for some big event to be taking place because I know there are people in the audience probably right now that don't have the same beliefs, and I still want to sing to them. Right? I'd have you in my home. We can share different political beliefs and still share time together, and that's kind of what we're doing here. There you go. So this is a song called Kick Out the Lights about Johnny Cash. It's another shout along. So I'm going to shout, kick out the lights, and you're going to sing, Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, like this. I'll show you what I mean. Kick out the lights, Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, Johnny. Kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. All right, here we go. Now Johnny Cash and the Man in Black was at the Grand Ole Opry, drunk on ambition, whiskey coffee, was dancing with demons. Nothing could stop him tonight. But it felt like a church. He said a little prayer, ran to the stage, taking 2 and 3 stairs. Get heckle, oh Johnny, he wouldn't care, 'cause tonight he's gonna kick out the lights, kick out the lights, Johnny Cash, kick out the lights, kick out the lights, kick out the lights. Now you can play a big theater to chandeliers and pearls, rage inside a stadium, the rows of pretty girls. Take your fancy jet tour around the world if you like, it's alright. Or you can play folks in prison, to the robbers, the crooks, to 300 killers giving back dirty looks. If there's a prison riot, you're gonna get the hooks. So tonight, you better kick out the lights, kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. Oh, play on, John. Johnny till the last note's gone. Rachel, Ray, John. Johnny till the last note's gone. Go and sing your little love song about lying and leaving. Your mama's good cooking, how you can't break even. Your pickup truck, how your girlfriend's cheating. It's alright if you lie. Or you can sing a ring of fire and how God cuts you down. But cocaine freight train Sunday morning coming down. I shot a man in Reno to paint the town. Well, damn right, you better be kicking out the lights, kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. Kick out the lights. Johnny Cash, Johnny Cash, Johnny. Kick out so odd to hear applause. I do 3 live stream shows on the internet every week. That's how I've survived in the last 2 years, and people have been great. I left a little card on your table. It's a Patreon card if you want to go and check out what's happening there. I release songs from my archive every week there, and I'm in the middle of writing a new album. I'm going to be releasing the songs there as well, song by song by song, both the guitar, vocal demos, and the studio tracks as they're done. And there's discounts on stuff as well. I have a couple new albums out. I can't even remember last time I played in Houston here. I released an album called The Storyteller's Suitcase. Does some of you have that? Okay. Thank you both. Glad you're here. I'm going to try this song. This is the title track of the album, The Storyteller's Suitcase. I came up with the idea of the title for the whole album, and then I wrote the song after. It was the last song written for the album. But it's basically a job description. I work with a lot of up-and-coming songwriters, mentoring them, having them open for me. And this is sort of a job description, this song. I packed my storyteller's suitcase with a whiskey bottle, a notebook, and my songs. I met bars, stew damsels, tomcats working a midnight scandal. Take me home, brother, trouble will be coming along. If you're gonna ride this gypsy boxcar town to town, singing rhymes, just when you think you're gonna lose yourself, you'll see your name up on a neon sign. He packed a suitcase, whoa, the storyteller's making the rounds. Oh, he's never gonna settle down. Motels, hotels, 2 a.m. ringing a stranger's doorbell, sleeping like Caesar, sleeping in no barnyard. You'll meet country stars with mini bars, stowaway women laying back in your car, lovers and brothers woven in a midnight dream. If you're gonna ride on Hank Williams Highway, friendships are how you keep score. A song is just a skeleton key that can open any palace door. He packed a suitcase, whoa, the storyteller's making the rounds. Oh, he's never gonna settle down. And the towns, they roll by, strangers' faces you come to know by name. 'Cause every year they come back again and again. Spotlight, it's a sold-out night. Others so empty you can't start a fist fight. Then a crowd of angels walk into a concert hall. It's a circus life. You're a one-man big top, the barker, the lion, the flames. You fall into a hotel pillow, just hoping they'll remember your name. You packed a suitcase, whoa, the storyteller's making the rounds. Oh, he's never gonna settle down. This is another Texas song. It's called Snow in Austin. I wrote this in December, about, gosh, it must be 16, 17 years ago. And I was on my way here from Austin. It was in December, and there had been a snowstorm that put 6 inches of snow across the entire state of Texas. Did you really? Oh, that's right. This is another snowstorm. This is the one you liked. I was listening to some station, and the DJ was talking about the snowstorm and how it rarely snows in Texas. But when it does, it's disability. It knocks you out. And I thought to myself, a snowstorm in Texas at Christmas, that would be a nice Christmas song, a snow. So I drove here, and I put a pad of paper on the steering wheel, and I wrote this on the drive. It was the fastest song I ever wrote in miles per hour. And I thought to myself, okay, well, you can't play guitar and write, but maybe you could just use a familiar kind of walk down guitar progression. And so I did. This is the guitar progression. It's pretty, right? Just a simple walk down, but there are a million songs in this. You maybe recognize a few. I've got it in disguise a little bit, so I'll straighten it out. So this is it when it's straight. There ain't no use in sitting wondering why, babe, if you don't recognize the song by now. Well, I've been afraid of changing since I played this song for y'all. And then there's this one. Riding on the city of New Orleans, Illinois Central, sunny morning rain. There's this one. I close my eyes, only for a moment, then the song is done. All right, let's get back to my original piece of music now. I woke up to frost on the windows. I've been sleeping in a snow-globed town, 6 inches on the ground. You said I'd never see a white Christmas. Snow angels never make it to Texas, but you're wrong. They're singing Hank Williams songs. If snow can fall in Austin, why can't you fall here in my arms? And so you say, your home is Boston. Hey, what's new in God? On all these Texas charms, tumbleweeds, they dance on the ground. Armadillos upside down. Have you ever seen a cactus Christmas tree? Come home to me. Come on home. There's a snowman standing out on 6th Street with a hat, a scarf, and a broom guitar. They're hanging mistletoe up in the bars. Do you remember that night at Las Manitas? Our heads were numb from frozen margaritas. Imagine how cold we would be now if snow can't fall in Austin. Why can't you fall here in my arms? And so you say, your home is Boston. Hey, what's New England got? On all these Texas charms, tumbleweed, they dance on the ground. Armadillos upside down. Have you ever seen a cactus Christmas tree? Come home to me. Come on home. The snow's coming down. It's Christmas in this. I met a man, Bojangles, and he danced. Golly, old soft shoe. Over the time since I've last been here, I put out 2 albums. One was The Storyteller's Suitcase. I put that out just about 6 months before the pandemic hit. And then during the pandemic, while I was home in my home studio, I produced a cover album of songs that features some of my favorite songs by the Beatles and other folks. In fact, why don't I do one? Let's do one. We lost John Prine over the holiday. I'm going to do a John Prine song. Bringing the band out here. I am an old woman named after my mother. My old man is another. Child is grown old. if dreams were lightning, a thunder desire, this old house would have burned down a long time ago. Sing it now. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me the one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. When I was a young girl, oh, I had me a cowboy. He weren't much to look at, just a free rambling man. But that was a long time, and no matter how I tried, all the years just flew by like a broken down dam. Make me an angel that flies from Montgomery. Make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me the one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. There's flies in the kitchen, I can hear them buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person go to work in the morning, come home in the evening with nothing to say? From Montgomery, make me a poster of an old rodeo. Just give me the one thing that I can hold on to believe in this living is just a hard way to go. To believe in this living is just a hard way to go. I'm fine, y'all. Yeah, I cried that night quite a lot. This is Guinness, my guitar. I call it Guinness because of this. I thought about calling it Georgia O'Keeffe. But Guinness won out in the argument. Got a friend. His name is Jamie Kent. He's a musician in Nashville, Americana artist. He's great. He sounds a little bit like John Prine, but he doesn't write like him, and I wanted to write him this song. It was around Easter, and I thought about this idea of writing a song. What would I do if I was in Jesus' shoes on Easter and came out and looked at the world and how messed up it was? And I said, I'd just be like, hey, you guys deal with it. I'm going back. I'm going back in. So it was this sort of irreverent, if I was Jesus, I'd laid back down. That was the original idea. And it was quite funny. And I was laughing to myself like I often do. by myself, thinking about how clever it was, and I sent it off to him, and I got nothing in response. And then finally went to Nashville to write, and he said, "I got an idea," and it took a turn, this song, into something a little less sacrilegious, which is probably good for everybody. Let's try it. Thank you. I ain't no Jesus, never saved his soul, never walked on water, except ice and snow. There's a rumor in the choir, I'm just the luckiest guy they know. But I ain't no Jesus, never saved his soul. I ain't no Buddha, oh, I struggle with wrong from right. I ain't no Prince of Peace, I've hit the floor in a good bar fight. I'll ask forgiveness come Sunday, 'cause I'm asking for trouble Saturday night. But I ain't no Buddha, I struggle with wrong from right. No, I can't walk on water, can't part the sea. Only miracle I've seen is you walking down the aisle to me. No, I can't talk to God, I ain't divine. Only miracle I've seen is I can call you mine. I ain't no carpenter, I'm more sailor than sane. I'll put a hammer on a thumbnail, swear so loud they close heaven's gates. But I built you a four-post bed now, darling, don't make me wait. I ain't no carpenter, I'm more sailor than sane. No, I can't walk on water, can't part the sea. Only miracle I've seen is you walking down the aisle to me. No, I can't talk to God, I ain't divine. The only miracle I've seen is I can call you mine. I ain't no savior, ain't got the word. How do you preach to the masses when you can't even talk to the girl? You get a little courage from holy wine, but then your speech gets slurred. I ain't no savior, I ain't got the words. No, I can't walk on water, can't part the sea. The only miracle I've seen is you walking down the aisle with me. No, I can't talk to God, I ain't divine. Only miracle I've seen is I can call you mine. The only miracle that I've seen is I can call you mine, oh mine. I can call you mine, oh mine. All right. Thank you. My girlfriend was pacing in our apartment. She was about to put out a record. She's a singer, a beautiful singer by her name. Her name is Laurie McAllister. She's in the band Red Molly, and was doing a solo album. And she was pacing about it. She paces, and I get in the car and drive and think. I do my thinking in the car, and she does it on the carpet. And she said, I got to get it done. I'm never going to be this young again. And I thought to myself, I got to write that down and not tell her until it's done, because she'll want to get in on it. And so I wrote this song, and it's got some Maine imagery. I'm from Maine. I'm from the state of Maine. You've heard of it, I'm glad. It's beautiful. And if you ever want to see something completely different than Texas, please make that a choice. So this is about following your dreams, whether you're young or old. I think there's something in our society that says that your 20s are supposed to be your chance to explore options. But when you hit that 30 mark, your parents start looking at you sideways, you know. There was a time, you know, when my parents did everything they could in their heart of hearts and in their actions to make me an artist. You know, I started playing trumpet when I was in the 3rd grade. I started art stuff like when I was 2 and 3, and I got pretty good at being creative. But there was a point in time when my father said, "What are you doing? What do you mean you're a folk singer?" As if he had nothing to do with it, you know? It's all fun and games until it works. And they were just worried about me, you know? My father stopped me on the stairs at his place in Maine. I was going out to a show. I had a guitar in my hand, and I remember this like it was night and day. And I put a big rift between my father and I for a while. But he said, "You can't keep doing this." And I said, "I can't keep doing what?" He said, "You can't keep doing music." And I was 26. And I like, "What do you mean I can't keep doing music?" He said, "Well, you got to think of grad school, you know, and getting, you know, a life." That was his definition of life was grad school. And that hurt. It hurt because he didn't know what I knew, which was I was this. I already knew I was going to be this. He couldn't see it because it was so foreign to him. Very conservative guy, you know. He stopped listening to music after Sinatra. It's not a bad place to stop. I mean, if you're going to stop, but lots happened since then. But it took becoming an adult and having kids of my own for me to really understand the language he was speaking to me. He wasn't telling me you're not talented or you don't have a gift or you're not capable of putting it together. What he was really telling me was, please don't live in my basement. My daughter just entered her senior year of high school, and that's all I'm thinking in the back of my mind. Like, what is she gonna be? She's gonna be in my basement. That's what she's gonna be. That's not true. She's creative as well. That's what worries me. This is You'll Never Be This Young Again. Goes out to my dad. I met a walking man, his life fit in his pockets, his thumb was in midair. On a road in Millinocket, a six-string guitar, his girlfriend's locket going my way. Now for a dream, he left the mills, he left the bricks, he left the mortar. I told him I could take him to the Massachusetts border. He sang like a jukebox on an endless roll of quarters down the highway on a bright lit sunny day. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling your ticket. If it ain't now, then when? Oh, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. Fill your lungs with oxygen and take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. An old friend said, Ellis, I've been living in a cubicle making cold calls, popping pharmaceuticals. I thought my whole life would read more like a musical. So write your own West Side Story. Shake off the shackles, buy a tackle box, a boat, a cabin on Sebago to think, to float. When the typewriter's clacking, the novel gets wrote. I'm telling you now, no risk, no glory. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling your ticket. If it ain't now, then when? Oh, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. I'll fill your lungs with oxygen and take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right, you'll never be this young again. You only get so many heartbeats. You only get so many first kisses, so sweet. Dreams don't come easy and they don't come cheap. Don't let the haters kick them out of you. Out of you. Oh, you'll never be this young again. The train conductor's calling a ticket. If it ain't now, the mountaintop ain't gonna wait forever. Fill your lungs with oxygen and take your first step. Breathe out, breathe in. You'll never be this young again. All right, you'll never be this young again. Just to catch you up on what's happening over there at the merchandise table. Again, consider joining Patreon, hearing all the new music that I'm putting out and all the older music I'm putting out. I got a little note here I want to say to you guys. Hey, everyone, you can keep these live streams coming your way by becoming a supporting member of Live from NorfolkStreet.com. That goes for all of you in the audience and everyone listening at home. NorfolkStreet.com, and you can see some of the best songwriters in the country who line that wall. A lot of friends, a lot of folks I care deeply for, both as friends and musicians. One of the items there that you can pick up at the table is is the Storyteller's suitcase. It's just a tiny little thing. Let's see what's inside. It's signed. Well, first, the most important thing lies right on top. It's one of these. It's a Storyteller's suitcase flask. A journal. This is for your stories and your tales. It's a travel journal or a short story journal or a poetry journal. It's completely blank, all of it. It's for you. There are 5 CDs in here. All 5 of my most recent CDs, including my children's CD. The Storyteller's Suitcase is in here. This is the cover album, Chasing Beauty, The Day After Everything Changed, and then this children's record. This is my entire catalog of music on a USB guitar. It's 320 songs. That's in there. It's not even a CD. Don't put this in your CD player. This is a USB. I don't know what USB stands for, but it's got something to do with computers. 2 golden tickets to the next EllisPaul show whenever I'm in your town. Just let me know you're coming. You'll be on the guest list. That's in here. And then last but not least, the Storyteller's Suitcase pen. It's got a compass on the end so you never get lost. It's got a little nib so you never have to get the coronavirus by touching someone else's cell phone. It's got a cell phone holder on it. It is a pen, and it is also a screwdriver, both Phillips and regular. And if you're still in utter darkness, it's got a flashlight as well. That's... If you're a creative person, there are posters there, and there's also a couple of children's books. This is my children's book. I've done 2. My most recent, this is The Hero in You. It's little autobiographical songs about famous American citizens. It's sort of in the same lines as Schoolhouse Rock. You remember those? I'm going to read you one. Hold on. You'll love this. Is he really going to read from a children's book? Yes. He's going to do that. And all of America is watching. This is the only poem in the book. It's about Thomas Edison. This is how it goes. Thomas Edison by EllisPaul. Thank you. Your timing is great. Imagine you could ride a thought like a train at a station that you just caught. Now imagine that the head you're in belongs to Thomas Alva Edison. He's thinking about a light. And not just a light that will burn for an hour, but a light that can last for months and months and illuminate a home with just a trickle of power. Now he's not thinking of only just one, he's thinking of millions. No, billions. For everyone. So no matter where on earth you go, London, Rio, Tokyo, you can lean back in your easy chair, flick a switch, and his light bulb's there. And now the train has jumped the tracks. He's thinking of a way to have sound play back. With a spool and a wire and aluminum foil, he's wrapping sound like a string on a coil. Now what was that? What was that? A bird that sings? The sounds are flying off this thing. A dog, a cat, a baby's laugh, captured and played by his phonograph. In fact, the reason you can hear me here is because Edison had an incredible idea. Now off he goes with another invention. His mind is so filled with dreams and intention, sounds and pictures, thoughts and hopes, light bulbs, phonographs, kinetoscope. Well, now it's time to apply the brakes. 1,000 patents. It's too much to take. But when you get an idea, let's make a deal to be like Edison and make it real. All right, let's try this. This song I wrote for Hurricane Katrina. It's called Hurricane Angel. On the day the levee broke, the water did rise, the flowers did choke. I sat in my living room, lit one last smoke, then watched it all drift away. Now my credit card's ringing up at 30%. There's a man in India wondering where the money went, but I can't pay. So I sat on my roof in Lake Pontchartrain, singing woe to my chimney, singing woe to the rain. A stranger came by, never caught his name. He said he's rowing to the Rio Grande. Now Air Force One, a blue streak in the sky. Mr. President, you can't afford to lie, 'cause I can't afford to pay. Hurricane Angel, oh, I'm lifting my eyes over Baton Rouge. Lift up your wings, can't you hear my voice singing? Turn these black skies to blue again. I'm laying on the floor of a trailer at night with 16 refugees waiting on daylight. I can't pay. Got a flatbed Ford up to Baton Rouge with 4 worn-out souls and 1 old corkscrew. You can drown New Orleans, but you can't drown the blues. So bartender, pour away. Now Exxon's having one hell of a year. $3 a gallon, man, they're making it clear that I can't pay. Lord, 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 we haven't spoken in many a day. I got myself in trouble down in the 9th Ward, that I'd sent a prayer your way. Now on my windowsill's a stack of insurance bills. A man in Delaware says I can't have the pills until I can pay. Hurricane Angel, oh, I'm lifting my eyes over Baton Rouge. Lift up your wings, can't you hear my voice singing? Turn these black skies to blue again. I'm laying on the floor of a trailer at night with 16 refugees waiting on daylight. I can't pay. Somebody should pay. On the day the levee broke, the water did rise, the flowers did choke. I sat in my living room, lit one last smoke, watched it all drift away. Thank you. I'm going to do one more song here for you. That's, I think, Teresa's little note. Is that correct? Is that how I do this, Rusty? All right. Just to give a camera warning to those watching online. It's it's so strange to play in front of people. Again, I'm so used to playing in front of a computer screen where I can't see anyone. And it's relatively new. It hasn't felt new in about 30 years. The break was good in a way, you know. But it feels so nice to be back. And thank you for coming out and taking the risk on tonight. Sorry? I wish I could. I really wish I could. If I could, I would. This one is called Lucy. It's named after Lucille Ball because it's red. This is called The World Ain't Slowing Down. Thanks again for coming out, y'all. Found you sitting on a suitcase crying. Beneath my feet I feel the rumble of a subway train. And I laugh out loud cause it's the one thing I hadn't been trying. Oh, the train came in breathless. You looked at me restless. Said, baby, you'll never change. You gotta get gone, gotta get going. Hey, the world ain't slowing down for no one. It's a carnival calling out to you. Sounds like a song, it hits you like scripture. You paint the picture with colors squeezed from your hand. Weren't you the kid who just climbed on the merry-go-round? Hey, look, the world ain't slowing down. Hey, hey. Out on the sidewalk, pigeons to the moon walk me. I'm dancing like Fred Astaire. On a lamppost, a rock in the hotel's talking like a fool in a barber's chair. And I get the sensation, joy and frustration, like being caught by a tropical rain. Freedom can numb you when there's no place to run to. It feels just like Novocaine on. You gotta get going. Yeah, the world ain't slowing down for no one. It's a carnival calling out to you. Sounds like a song, hits you like scripture. You paint the picture with color squeezed from your hand. Weren't you the kid who just climbed on the merry-go-round? The world ain't slowing down. Hey, hey. You packed up all your handbags, throwing off the sandbags. I let go and you step free. I didn't want to lose you. You said you didn't choose to. It's just how your karma came. But thanks for the vision, the 2020 wisdom. You hit me like a southbound train. Gotta get on, gotta get going. Yeah, the world ain't slowing down for no one. It's a carnival calling out to you. Sounds like a song, it hits you like scripture. You paint the picture with colors squeezed from your hand. Weren't you the kid who just climbed on the merry-go-round? Hey, look, the world ain't slowing down. Hey, hey. Yeah, the world ain't slowing down. It's a big blue world. We're riding on a big blue world. Oh, the world. It's a big blue world. Good night, y'all. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, are we off camera? Are we off camera? We are? Okay, I'm going to come out to you.